Good. Okay. Welcome, everybody. Whoa. Okay. Okay. Uh-oh.
That is it. I appreciate it. The one with the
Okay, let's see.
almost a full vault. Does it look like it's...
All right, getting some people to join. Hopefully, sorry, I was a little bit late. All right. Hi, Deb. Happy, what is today? Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Hope everybody is having a good day.
Into one yard cut and tell me how many you can get, please. Okay. Okay, thank you.
All
That's
right.
it, thank you.
Okay. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to Facebook Live. Hi, Molly. Hi, Birdie. Hi, everybody. Oh, my hair is looking great. All right. Mom.
We should have at least take a bunch of chairs down, Patrick.
I brought one chair up. That helps.
Hi, Linda. Okay. All right. So I have some announcements to make. Couple things. We have our one-day Surger event tomorrow with Heracata. So I do believe we are kind of opening that up. So there was a wait list for like the make and take part of it, but if you're okay with just coming to the lecture part of it, please join us. Patrick told me to make that announcement, so I'm using that so I don't get yelled at. I'm happy to hear that, Linda. I think about you with all that stuff going on. So I'm happy to hear that you guys are all safe. Okay. So yes, tomorrow, 10 a.m. is the Surger event, with Heracata. So hopefully, you guys are signed up and ready to, do all of that. And then on Friday and Saturday, two things happening on Friday. Amanda and I are doing the Stitching Hour event. I know we had a few late signups. So we have ordered more kits to get them in. So, fortunately, you probably won't have it by the time we do our event, but you will get the recording. And you can do it afterwards. But that is going to be on Friday and Saturday at 10 a.m. So Amanda and I will be doing that through Zoom. And then also on Friday, we are doing comments sold. So make sure you join in for that as well. Could you Zoom the lecture for tomorrow? It's a possibility. I believe you're doing the pillow or whatever as Facebook Live, right? Kate is going to chat with Patrick about doing the lecture as a like Zoom or videoing it as well. So we will see about doing that. And then also coming up on Wednesday, the 26th, we have our Baby Lock Club, at 10 a.m. That is on Zoom as well. So make sure you guys tune in for that. And then the next day, which is Thursday, the 27th, Kate has her Surger project, so the crisscross pillow, and she will be doing that on Zoom as well, and that starts at 9 a.m. So lots going on with Zoom this weekend and next week. And then both locations are also doing their garage sale, sidewalk sale type thing on Saturday, September 5th. So if you're local, I don't know if we're doing anything as far as online people. I'm not 100% sure on that. But if you're local, make sure you come by on Saturday and see all of the goodies we have. So that is Saturday, September 5th. And I think that is all I have right now for announcements. And I will let you know if we have an answer as far as the lecture goes with Zoom when I get there, or when I get an answer. Okay, so today we are going to do a little tea towel. Okay, so we are going to be doing a tea towel, but I am also going to show you, I would think the project we're making would also be cute on like any blank, OESD pillow blank or whatever. So this is it says you had me at pumpkin spice, and I am going to walk you through on how I made this. So we're going to stitch out the actual embroidery, and then I'm going to walk you through on how I put it on the burlap onto the towel. This is what we're going to stitch out today. This is a design from a new design pack that is going to be released from Kimberbell. So this is one of their classics, so something new that they've been doing. And it is going to be Classic Volume 7, and it is called Pumpkin Spice. So, I do have this up on the website. It is a pre-order. It's not released till the beginning of September. But I figured it was a perfect time to get started at least on one of the projects. So this is the one we're doing today. So it's just a little latte, but it has this cute mini wall hanging, says pumpkin spice and everything nice. That's what Autumn is made of. And then this one up here it's actually like a lace, a little bread basket thing. You could put it on a tea towel or, whatever you wanted to put it on, but it is like a cut work lace design, which is really cute. So we might be doing some more of these as live. But today we're just going to do this guy, and I do have a kit for today. So it includes your towel, it includes the burlap and all the fabrics to do the embroidery. There are two different sizes. This size that I have right here on the towel is the 5x7 size, but there is a larger size that is the 6x7. Just kidding, 6x10. And the fabric kit will do either one. So you could do the large or the small. And it is $7.98 for the kit, and it has the burlap and all of the fabric and that you'll need to create the towel. Okay. All right. Let me go back and answer some questions. Karen, yes, the sidewalk garage sale is at both locations. We will both be doing that. And yes, there is no openings for the make and take for tomorrow. We were just so limited to threads and fabrics and everything like that. So there is no opening for that. But there is for the lecture. And then Wanda, yes. So these are I think it was actually called like Pumpkin Spice Everything Nice or something like that event. So this was like one of the bonus designs from the CD. And then a couple of the designs were from the actual event. So they've kind of taken some of the events or things like that, and made them into like a smaller design pack if you missed the event or you weren't into Kimberbell at the time or whatever. So it is a possibility that you might have this design or some of those designs. But yes, it was an older event. It's much older. Sirocco, I'm not sure. Maybe go out and come back in. But let me know. All right. So we're going to get started on our project, and I do have, some manager specials as well while we are stitching today. So we will do those too. Okay. So to get started, I did do this a little bit different. So I am going to just create the like background piece here with the orange fabric, and I'm creating that kind of like a patch. I'm just using dissolve away mesh though. So I'm not using any special stabilizer like patch or anything like that, but you totally could. And then we're going to stitch it onto here, and we are going to then dissolve the stabilizer on the sides, and then I'm going to talk about what you would do next, depending on if you were what you are putting it onto. But I am just going to stitch it onto 2 layers of dissolve away mesh. So your first stitch, oh good, I'm glad you see me. Well, not me, but what I'm doing. Okay, and then you are going to have your background piece of fabric, and I did put fusible backing. Oh, I did put fusible backing on the back, or on the back of all of my pieces. So on all of the background piece and the applique pieces, I did iron fusible backing onto all of them. So the first thing we're going to do is lay our background fabric down, and we are going to tack that down. So first stitch was our placement stitch, and then we're going to do our tack down. And do not trim after this step. So like typically, you could trim right after this. So it will be ready for the satin stitching, but I'm actually going to leave the outside on there until after the very end, right before we do our, our satin stitching. All right, so the first, I'm going to just change out of the orange thread to like the cream thread. It's the first satin stitching that it does to do all of my applique pieces. So the first stitch is going to be for your latte, so the cup.
Other side. Yep, bottom.
Perfect. Pink and blue. Okay. Part of that.
Okay, then we're going to put our applique fabric down, and we're going to tack that down. Okay, and I am going to trim this at this time though. So I am going to trim my applique fabrics as I go, all the way up to the stitches. Okay, and then it's going to give us the placement stitch for our lid. My needle just came unthreaded. Okay, and I have my black piece of fabric for that. And we're going to trim that as well. I'm actually going to do the little piece at the bottom, the little pumpkin spice sleeve, and then I'll trim both of them at the same time. Yes, I can. All right, so I'm going to place that fabric down and tack it down. So we are making this little tea towel with the burlap behind it. So it's the You Had Me at Pumpkin Spice. So we are just creating this like orange piece, our main embroidery piece. And the kit does include the towel, all the fabrics, and the burlap as well. And that is $7.98. There are 2 sizes that come on this design pack, and the fabric kit will do either size. All right, now we are going to trim our applique fabrics up to our stitches all the way around. And the first satin stitch it's going to do is that cup. So I'm going to leave my cream color thread on there that I used. Okay. And now we are going to do that satin stitching all the way around our cup piece. So the designs are it's a new design pack that, or like almost, I guess, it's new to Kimberbell. It's called their Classic Volume 7. And it hasn't been released just yet. It'll be released the beginning of September. And it has all these designs on there. And this one, I believe, actually comes in 3 or 4 sizes. This little mini wall hanging. And then this one comes in 2 sizes. And let me double check on the acorn. So the wall hanging, this one comes in 3 different sizes. So there's a smaller one than this one and then a bigger one. The one you're seeing right here is the middle size. And then the acorn might just come in one size. Yeah, so the acorn just comes in one size. And it is like a cutwork lace embroidery, so it's really cute. And then the latte comes in two sizes, and it is on sale. So it's normally $19.98, and then we do have it 20% off as well on our website. All right, so while we are waiting for this to do some stitching here, I'm gonna do a manager special. So this one is a Above and Beyond mug. So these were from our anniversary from last year. So these are Above and Beyond 2025. Cheers to 20 years. And this is going to be $2.50. And we're going to comment mug. So cute mug. And $2.50 for anniversary from last year. Coffee mug. Or tea or whatever you want it to be for. And that is going to go to Linda Wilkie. So Linda Wilkie, you get the mug. The mug. The mug. Alrighty. Alright, so the next one I have is a Kimberbell sample. So it is one of their Lombard, I think, pillows. So it is, let me see here. It is a sample. You would just need to stuff it. So it says, but I love fall most of all. So pillow for $15, and it has the zipper at the bottom, so you would just need to put an insert in there. So pillow for $15. Super cute. Fun.
It's on Google Drive if you want me to share mine with you.
Okay.
All right, so the first one I see is Janet Arvin. So Janet Arvin on the Kimberbell pillow. You almost got another one, Linda. You're a fast typer. Okay.
What does she need?
Okay, now it is gonna do the satin stitching around the little sleeve here. So we have a brown that we're gonna do.
I'm telling you right now, she said it was Nancy. And she said she didn't pick it up with her.
So none of this is.
Yeah, I went through all of it, and these are the things that
Okay, so let's see here. I'll do another one. This is going to be sold hoop, and it is a Baby Lock 5x7 sticky hoop. So these are the sticky hoops where you just hoop, or you just put on the sticky stabilizer and then score it or peel it before you put it on there, but then you just have the sticky layer in here, so it doesn't have the inside of the hoop, and it is a pretty sturdy, heavy hoop. And so this is hoop. It is a 5x7 for a Baby Lock. So normally is $75, and we are doing it as a manager special for $40. So the 5x7 Baby Lock sticky, or Baby Lock brother, guess you could use it as a brother as well. Sticky hoop for $40. All right, so that is gonna go to Sheila Brogger. You are the lucky person. Another popular one.
If not tomorrow for you, okay? You're very welcome. Thank you.
Okay. Now we're gonna put black on for our lid.
Will you stay safe, okay? Okay. Okay. I understand. Will you just take care, okay? Thank you. You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Okay. If you are joining us late, just going to recap kind of what we're doing. So this is a You Had Me at Pumpkin Spice tea towel. So we're going to add some burlap to the back here, or I'm going to show you how to add the burlap, or what I did. And this is out of a design pack from Kimberbell called their Classic Volume 7. And it is going to be released in September. And it has these designs on there. So it is Classic Volume 7, has 3 different sizes of the wall hanging, 2 different sizes of the design we're stitching out right now. And it also has the little lace cutwork acorn up there. And I do have kits for today. And it is just for the towel with the pumpkin and pumpkin spice and the burlap. And it will do either size. So there is a 5x7, which is what I'm stitching out now, but there's also a 6x10. So it'll do either of those sizes. And it is $7.98, and it doesn't include everything, even your burlap. Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay. And now we are going to put on, so that's going to do a little pumpkin on our sleeve. And I am doing the same orange thread that I'm going to do around for my satin stitch. I'm going to do the pumpkin in that same orange. Okay, and we're going to do our pumpkin.
chairs that come up. You can go through the whole thing and put it forward.
Okay, and then it's going to do a stem on top of our pumpkin. And I just did that in the same cream color that I did for the satin stitching around the cup. You could do it in green, you can do it whatever color you would like. I feel like I'm not really seeing comments unless nobody is literally talking to me, which is fine, is the case. I get it. All right, now it's going to do, you had me at pumpkin spice. If you have like an 80 weight or a 60 weight thread at this point, to do like the fine font, it does help with, like reading it. So if you have that, I would recommend putting it on. I'm just using regular thread. I don't think it looks too bad, but if you have like the QS 80 weight or 60 weight thread, now is the time I would put that on, and it's going to do the outline, of the pumpkin. Then it's also going to do our lettering. So we are making this. Hi, thank you. All right. So that's, maybe nobody's talking, and that's okay. I was just feeling I'm boring. So we are making this burlap towel. So it says, "You had me at pumpkin spice." And I just put it on like a checker tea towel. I do have kits for today. And they are $7.98. They do include the burlap, and you can do either size. The design pack is Kimberbell Classic Volume 7. 7. Let me get the picture. Sheesh. And it is on here. So comes with 3 designs. The wall hanging thing comes in 3 different sizes. The latte comes in 2, and then the acorn is just in 1, which is a 4x7, but it is a lace cutwork design, so it's really pretty. I mean, not that it wouldn't be pretty if it wasn't, but it's just kind of a fun technique. We might be doing those, down the road as Facebook Lives. I just am choosing to just do this one right now. But thanks, Karen. So, good afternoon. Watching some Reels in Northern Ireland. Ooh, that sounds nice. Pamela, I did want to talk about, because I saw this, well, I saw that Kimberbell announced it yesterday on their Facebook, and this cute little pillow is coming out as a download next Wednesday. And I will be doing this on Facebook Live on Wednesday. And we will have fabric kits for it. So make sure you join me next Wednesday for this cute little Happy Boo bench buddy. Burlap, sorry, my son just tried to call me. And unfortunately, even if I have my phone on Do Not Disturb, his phone call still comes through. It does fray, like it does, I mean, it kind of makes a mess, right? But it is stitched down. So I think it will wash okay. So it's going to be the bench buddy size, like of their old ones. I think was it 5x7? Let me look real quick. Pillow. So the pillow insert is the 5.5 by 9.5. But yes, I was going to do it today, But then I was like, well, it's not released yet, so I might as well wait. And then I happened to look on the calendar and I was like, oh, well, look at that. I have live on Wednesday, so now I know what I'm doing. And we're going to use the new shimmer leather that just came out for the ghost because it is so cute. So make sure you join us on Wednesday. I mean, make sure you join us every day, but especially that day because obviously. All right, so we trimmed all the way around, and I know that this is going to get stitched down onto something, but I always just feel like if I am satin stitching on dissolve away mesh or something like that, it's not like getting attached down to a fabric right away. I always do my top and bottom thread the same just in case. So I did wind a bobbin in that orange thread. And we are going to put the orange thread on now, and it is going to do the satin stitch all the way around our little patch thing here. Oh, I wish you decorated for Halloween too. That's like one of my favorite holidays to decorate for. I don't like I kind of guess I do. I like Halloween or like Thanksgiving, Halloween, and then Christmas. But I just love Halloween like stuff. Not like scary stuff. I like the cutesy stuff, but not like super cutesy. I don't know. You could make it for somebody who does decorate for Halloween, Linda. Okay, I have a few more manager specials that we will do. So we have a Floriani Applique Stitch Sport Applique Design Collection. So Applique Stitch for $10. And it is so cute. Has all the different sports. It has literally softball, tennis, baseball. I have no idea what that is. Volleyball, basketball, football, soccer, hockey, football again. I'm going to assume maybe this one's like rugby. So Karen Martin, this is yours and it is only $10, originally $50. And these are really cute. And it also includes a Thread Converter Pro and a functional demo of Total Control. Hey, hey. Ooh, that's fun, Peggy. Karen Martin, you got this one. I like decorating, I guess, in general. Karen Martin. Okay. And this last stitch out kind of takes a long time. So I know it's kind of boring. You got it, Karen. So you're not coming?
He's coming. We need his permission.
Okay.
So we really won't have an answer until tomorrow
Okay.
morning. So it's too late to do anything.
Gotcha.
Zoom.
Okay.
If he's okay with us doing it as a live presentation,
Okay.
we will go on Facebook Live at 10 a.m.
Okay. Okay. So, I just wanted to give an update on tomorrow with Haricata. So he is not in Colorado until late tonight. So we can't announce or say like we need his permission basically. So it won't be a Zoom because we don't have the time to ask and put together. So if he is okay with it, we will go live. So on Facebook tomorrow at 10 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. But we need to talk to him and make sure that's okay. So if not, we won't be doing live on it or anything, and it'll just be an in-person thing. But if he is okay with that, then we are going to do it as just a Facebook Live at 10 a.m. So no Zoom, but possibly a Facebook Live. At 10 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. Okay, I'm going to do my last two manager specials. So it is a set of 4 placemats. So I believe Amanda did these as a Facebook Live. So placemats set of 4 for $20. But I also have the table runner for $15. So I want to kind of put them up together because maybe you want both. So table runner placemats, $20, $15. And they are really super cute, bright and fun, kind of like a sea theme. Be great for like a house in Florida or if you love the ocean. So Sheila Brager, you got both of those. Yahoo, yahoo. Okay, so it is almost done with the satin stitching. There is one more step to this design, which you can change the color to, but I am actually not going to stitch it. So the next stitch is just a run stitch that goes inside of your satin stitch. But because of the way that I am putting this on a towel, or if you're going to put it on a pillow, or if you're going to even do anything like I've done, I actually took and stitched down in the same color, and I could have done it in a different color, but I didn't want to have two sets of those stitches. So I did not do this last step. I actually kind of created it myself. Okay. So, you're gonna cut this out of your stabilizer. And I cut it really close to the edge here, close to where I don't cut my stitches. I leave it in the hoop, but I barely want any of this wash away stabilizer to show or be on here. And then what you're going to do is just rinse those edges away. And I use nice warm water, and I kind of just, like, you can Q-tip it or just use your fingertips and kind of dip it back and forth from the water until you get those little pieces to dissolve away off of the edge of your project. Okay? So that is what you're going to do. Now, we are also, so the size of burlap that I used and that's in the kit, I actually took 2 pieces. Okay. So I have 2 pieces. I cut them to be 3 by 8, and I'm going to go up to the cutting table and do this with you and show you.
So that I know that's what the old way works is.
So the burlap that's in the kit, if you have wider burlap or even like not so woven burlap, you would just want to cut your piece. Basically, I'm cutting it to be 6 by 8. But I just wanted to use 2 different pieces so that it was a little bit wider. This, I just didn't feel like gave me enough on either side, but it totally could be too. But I do want to cut off this edge part because that's how you're going to get it to fray out. So you'll use your cutter. So you're going to cut that off, and then you're going to cut it off the other side. Now, if you end up wanting to do this project or getting the kit and you think that this, is enough on either side I just didn't think, it really just isn't enough. So I cut them off on both of them. Okay. And I'm not going to stitch this down because I don't have I didn't want to use another towel, but I could show you really quick. That I think it would be really cute also on a pillow from OESD, so just like a black one. Okay, so what I did then is I found the center of where I wanted it. I guess I could show you on the towel. That's a better idea. All right, so I just found where I wanted it to be. Oh, and then we need to cut these. Sorry, that's my fault. We're going to cut these to be 3 inches. And I mean, you could change that measurement too. I just thought 3 inches looked good. And then what I did was I found where I wanted it on my towel. And I just took and kind of used the checker towel as my guide, but you can also fold and do all those things too. And I took and sprayed some like KK2000 or 505 adhesive spray just right here so that these would stay down. Okay. And then I also sprayed my piece here and stuck it down. So you're going to wash your stabilizer away and then stick everything down. And then you are just going to stitch. So these are very littly overlapped. You can hardly tell. You're going to stitch right in the center with that same orange thread. Or if you wanted a contrast, you could do that as well. You don't have to do the same orange. And then once you stitch it down, you literally just take these little pieces, and you can kind of do this as much or as little as you want. If you still want some of that crosshair part to be in there, you just pull those out, which is oddly satisfying as well. So you just pull those out, and this is already stitched down, so you don't have to worry about it coming out. And then you can just do that to your liking, and then you have a tea towel. Okay. But like I said, I also think it would be really cute on, like, the bigger design maybe would be cute on a pillow for fall as well. Okay. So tomorrow, we will either see you at 10 with Haricata, or we won't. But we will see you at 2. And I know Kate had talked about doing the make and take on live, so showing you what they actually did while they were there as well. So either way, we will see you tomorrow, either at 10 or at 2 or at both. And then comment sold on Friday, or stitching hour on Friday as well. So thank you guys all for joining me today, and we will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you. Thank you, Nancy. All right. Bye, guys. Thank you.